EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Boston Celtics. Won by the Thunder. Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Screen coming. Irving slams it down.
Jason Tatum finished third amongst all rookies in Rookie of the Year voting. But I say to you this, I agree with what Jaylen Brown had to say. If it was a one-on-one battle, who you taking, Jason Tatum or Donovan Mitchell? Jason Tatum or Ben Simmons? I take JT every time.
Hayward to Irving. It's George for two. Gets a shot up off the mark. Celtics have it. Lets it fly from long range. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Russell Westbrook. Good start. He's made his first shot.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Irving to Horford. Nothing going here on that drive. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Irving to Hayward. Probing the defense. Hayward to Irving. Deep two there, won't go. The follow won't go either. Westbrook into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. George. Steven Adams with the slam.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Here's Irving into the front court. Down just a couple. To Hayward. From the painted area, won't go down. Adams to George. Paul George missed his first. That one goes. He's endured a major injury. He's had a change of address. But you look at Paul George, he is in the prime years of his career.
And there's no doubt about it. This entire offseason, if I were Paul George, I would think about how do I constantly channel my self-assigned alter ego. Playoff P needs to step up to the court every single day and bring that energy.
Adams to Paul George. To Adams. Shot from the lane won't go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Irving to Jaylen Brown. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Kyrie, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
That was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
The Thunder will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Almost, but no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Celtics have it. To Hayward. Defense to Jaylen Brown. To Rozier. From long range. Defense all over Rozier. Can't connect. So we're through one at Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Thunder on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. To Rozier. Aaron Baines powers it through.
And ball movement is one of those great things. One of the things you learn early in this game is that if everybody gets involved, then everyone has a chance to win.
Paul George looking for his man. Defensive board. Marcus Morris sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Rozier. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Boston with the basketball. Jay, for one, Schrader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but believe it or not, outside of Toronto, Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. Philadelphia wasn't able to land LeBron. LeBron James leaves Cleveland. He goes out to L.A. And Toronto, almost in a Hail Mary trade, ends up getting Kawhi Leonard. And who really knows if he wants to play there and be there emotionally for 1 year? There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
Brown into the front court. It's 12-10. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
George. Knocked loose. Celtics have it.
We're going to see a team take the lead here.
Brown with it up top. Right now, well, he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Jaylen Brown at the line. First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Thunder with the basketball. Paul George to Adams. Doesn't have the touch, no good. To Westbrook. Here comes the screen. And finally, play is stopped on the tie-up. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. Tatum. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
I don't want to use the word streaky, but Jason Tatum tends to score in bunches. Let me tell you how. He's one of the most effective players in the league and most efficient at catching the ball on. A lot of players waste time in stationary positions or overindulging in triple threat jabs, but not Jason. He catches the ball directly and goes, which means he's the ideal of smart, decisive basketball.
To George. Here's a chance from long range. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Oklahoma City ball. Take stock of the floor. He was hacked. They let it go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Jaylen Brown at the line. First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but so many ways the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Westbrook to Paul George. Fires the three. Oh, he couldn't get it to go.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Russ at the controls. Great pass to set it up. Al Horford snatching it out of the air. Rozier into the front court. Lead stands at 10. To Hayward.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
Boston with 4 to shoot. To Hayward. Has a look. Hayward unable to connect. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Celtics own a comfortable lead.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Celtics were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Thunder may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game.
At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Field goals.
Here's a team that might just be 1 or 2 adjustments away from what's needed to turn things around. They still have time to make up for a lackluster first half.
Player of the half.
Al Horford is providing all of the evidence needed to show that rebounding starts with positioning. You don't need to be the strongest man on the court to have a chance at a rebound. Of course, it doesn't hurt if you're the strongest man out there.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half.
Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason, Paul George, he chooses the Thunder, he stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George said? He said, it's a perfect opportunity to submit myself and bring a championship where it has never been brought. And I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Boy?
It's Russ at the controls. To George. Active fans to stay with it. We'll get a jump. Well, as they get ready for the jump, someone's going to come away with the basketball. Westbrook. From the painted area, won't go down. Al Horford with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Hayward. The shot blocked by Grant.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. Consistent effort. He's at 50%. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Here comes the screen. Hayward to Horford. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Here comes the screen. Westbrook. Russell Westbrook powers it through. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Westbrook into the front court. His guy's down 11. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
To Hayward. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Hayward. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Celtics have it. Here comes the screen. To Horford. Oh, emphatic slam.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Westbrook to Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Irving brings the ball up court. To Horford. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Tatum. Not that time. And a putback slam.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Westbrook to George. Big stuff and a lot of traffic on the way to the rim.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Nothing going here on that drive. Irving to Hayward. Boston with 4 to shoot. Hayward. Smothering D. To Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Irving to Hayward. Turned away.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Brad Stevens will change up his lineup. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Deep 2 there, won't go. 3 quarters complete. The Celtics have the lead. The Thunder have it to start the 4th quarter, and I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. Kyrie Irving. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Irving. To Schroeder. Oh, he had him there for a second. Ferguson to Westbrook. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't connect. It's no good. Into the front court, it's Irving. His team up by 7. Screen coming. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Fires the 3. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. Westbrook with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. Brown's got the rebound. To Irving. To Marcus Smart. Not that time. Celtics have it. Brown into the front court. Lead stands at 7. And they called a foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Jaylen Brown at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Westbrook. To Paul George. Westbrook. Down low Adams. To Westbrook. Going to launch beyond the arc. Another chance. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
And this is where I get a chance to see if coaches can change it up. Maybe let one of your players lead the timeout so your team can hear a different voice to keep everybody engaged. Maybe like the Warriors did with Andre Iguodala.
Time to shuffle things up.
For Boston, number 20, Gordon Hayward.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Al Horford going to the line to shoot two.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
And hits the first free throw.
For the Thunder, number 9, Jeremy Grant.
Goes 2 for 2. Westbrook with it. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. To Horford. Short jumper won't go down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Westbrook. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. To George. 4-3.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Paul George at the line. First one goes down. He delivers with 2 free throws. Hits all 3 free throws. Ball's controlled by Boston. Hayward. To Horford. Nothing going here on that drive. There it is, Al Horford. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Steven Adams with the slam. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
To Marcus Smart. Five on the shot clock. Irving. Shot from the lane won't go. Westbrook across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. And now they'll wrap him up with the intentional foul. That'll be free throws with 16 seconds left.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
First free throw is good.
Good shot, man.
And he makes them both. The Thunder will use a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game.
Located around the concourse, we're accepting non-perishable food items for the homeless in our community. Our thanks go to those who have already participated in this community event.
The bad pass, and the Celtics have it. And now an intentional foul, so they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
And gets both to drop at the line. Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. It's Westbrook. Not that time. Nice touch around the basket with the tip. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics edged out a close victory in today's game. When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics. The Thunder finished on the losing end of a close score. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. Check out the leading scores for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense, but still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
Al Horford could not have been better defensively. The way he blocked shots and stole the ball today is what makes for an all-NBA defensive first-team player.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.